Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a great way to support the channel is by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. It does indeed help with the algorithm. Very big thank you and hello to all the new subscribers, and a big thank you to all the new Patreon members. There are new ones every single day. I thank you. Not sure if you can hear it in my voice. This is it's not a rough day. I was doing way too much yesterday, and then I couldn't fall asleep, and then I wake up relatively early to make these videos. I've mentioned that before. If you didn't know that before, now you know that. So you can kind of hear it in my voice. It was a day. Anyway, without further ado, just to explain why I may seem a little bit more sluggish than other days, but I don't want people being like, is my computer going slow? No, it's just me. Let's jump right into it. The cryptocurrency market is looking pretty nice right now. I can't even explain how nice it is to actually wake up to a day like this. All the altcoins are surging. Everything looks completely good. There's a lot of altcoin price news, which is something that we typically do not see. It's typically, normally, usually focused around just Bitcoin and maybe the rare Ethereum day. And then there's Bitcoin, and then it's Bitcoin, and it's maybe Ethereum. However, almost said the sky's ablaze, but that doesn't really make sense in this context. It says Cardano analyst Benjamin Cohen expects Cardano price to go much higher. There's a lot of expectation right now as we're getting closer to a lot of the upgrades for the Cardano network and the upgrades that we've already had and the future coming smart contracts, NFT platforms that people are talking about. Like, the momentum is building quite strong, and this is why I think we've been seeing Cardano pumping in price very recently. We've passed by the previous all-time high, which I think was $1.30, and then we hit 140, 150. I think we're at 160 or 170 cents, I think, per Cardano at the moment. I'm still expecting, this is my expectation, when we actually get the really crazy run up in price, because we have not gotten there yet, that's when we will probably see anywhere from a $7, $8, $9, $10 Cardano. I'm betting on a $10, just because I think that's a number that people will definitely try to reach out for. On top of that, XRP is also pumping as well. Like I said, the entire market is pumping, but of course there are certain ones that people are more focused on, especially as they are in the top 10 of the market. It says approaching next key break, $1.50 holds the key. I think we got very close last time to hitting a $2 XRP. I was thinking it was $1.96. There's a lot actually happening with XRP, even though it hasn't actually been in the news, which is quite fascinating to me. It says digital payments giant Ripple is disclosing that it has increased the sale of XRP during the first quarter of this year. In a blog post, Ripple says that its sale of XRP in the first quarter nearly doubled relative to the last quarter of 2020 due to the surging customer demand for its cross-border transfer solution known as ODL. For those of you who do not know, ODL, on-demand liquidity, used to be XRapid. It's basically what the extra system that XRP runs on top of as a, I guess you can say, like, solution for institutions who want something a bit more, constructed, if you will. They said last quarter total sales of XRP by Ripple net of purchase were 150 million compared to 76 million from the previous quarter. The increase in XRP sales can be attributed to deeper engagement from key ODL customers, meaning the people who are using it, they need more XRP to be able to actually send the money back and forth as the price continues to rise, yada yada. For well over a year, Ripple has not sold programmatically. This was also news last year as well, that Ripple had slowed down their sales of XRP, because if you wanted to get it before, you had to go through a cryptocurrency exchange. You were previously able to go through them, but they slowed down their sales for whatever reason and said that the interest had picked back up once again once it became almost impossible to get XRP from them and only from a cryptocurrency exchange. Ripple continued to engage in sales to support on-demand liquidity, and key infrastructure partners are, as part of our providing increased XRP liquidity to improve ODL experience for certain customers, eliminating the need for pre-funding and enabling instant global payment. So XRP is picking up. I assume sometime this year. It just has to happen. We're still in May. I don't see why this should be dragged on any further. I assume there's going to be some type of assumption, some type of a conclusion to the entire SEC thing, because no one really cares about it anymore. I'm just going to be completely honest. I keep seeing, I think, two cryptocurrency websites who continue to talk about the Ripple SEC lawsuit, and I'm like, dude, no one really cares. So once they kind of figure that out, XRP's price is going to definitely pump just off of euphoria over the idea that they either are a security and will be regulated and people can still use it, or are a commodity, and the SEC was just SECing the entire time. On top of that, this is a bit of news I missed. You may have noticed I didn't make a video yesterday. I actually planned on doing it as well, which was really funny. And then I just completely got sidetracked with life, if you want to really say that. Dogecoin's price fell over the weekend. A lot of people were expecting, we spoke about this before, the expectation that Elon Musk going on Saturday Night Live, that for some reason he would pump up Doge. Like, a lot of people really believed that this man was going to go onto the show and basically talk about how amazing Dogecoin was in every single sketch that he was in. I haven't seen the episode yet. I'll try and find it at some point in the near future. But it was another issue of people selling the news or selling the day or selling the Musk. I'm not sure what exactly you would even throw inside there, but as the episode got closer, the price began to kind of get a bit shaky. And then apparently on the episode, Elon Musk is talking to, I think it says it in one of the tabs, Elon Musk is talking to his mother, and she's like, oh, I hope I don't get Dogecoin for Christmas or Mother's Day or something like that. And that's apparently the exact moment when the price began to drop. So yeah, but even then, the price is already moving back up along with all the other altcoins. It's still the number 4 coin. I'll show you some of the other ones as well. Dogecoin falls over 25% after Doge father Elon Musk admits Dogecoin is a hustle. Sure, why not? I think that was one of the phrases that he said on the almost said on the TV. Robinhood overwhelmed by Dogecoin sell-off after SNL mention. Once again, sure, why not? There's a huge amount of, and I've noticed this as well. I'm sure we're going to see this picking up over the next couple of days. I mentioned to you before, I think this is going to be a bit of a Wall Street bets / GameStop-esque type of moment where a lot of people really do like Dogecoin. Just like, explicitly. They really think it's a great coin. They don't really get what it is in some sort of form or fashion. But I think even more so, I don't think that actually even matters anymore at this point. Like, I don't care for Dogecoin because it has a huge inflation rate. It's a meme coin, yada, yada. But at the same exact time, like, I also years ago was telling people about Bitcoin and they also thought I was completely insane. So we actually do not know where Doge could be in 5 years, what new protocols it will have, if it'll have extra layers and eventually have an NFT platform of its own, people selling dog photos and I don't know, whatever kind of thing that people plan on buying. But I mentioned before, and this has been echoed other times as well, but like more forcefully by other people in the cryptocurrency space, the idea of Doge, the idea of the cryptocurrency market is that we are legitimized. We now have mega financial institutions. We have Visa, we have MasterCard, we have JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, all the really big names, Fidelity, yada, yada, in our space. And therefore, we are now a legitimate asset class that everybody wants to be inside. So the idea that the top 10 has been muddied in some sort of way by this coin, like it's a cartoon dog, is worrisome for people at the very top because it's kind of the same exact way, once again, where you have the stock market, and then all of a sudden you have this company who's not making any revenue, and then GameStop completely explodes and everyone starts buying and it hits these new all-time highs when you had these mega trillionaire companies, multi-billion-dollar companies, doesn't matter, who were hedging against it. Anyway, so the point is, for those of you not looking at the screen, rather, it says Grayscale's parent company bets $1 million on Dogecoin's decline. Digital Currency Group CEO Barry Silbert says we've gone short Doge. They're not the only ones. We've heard before the guy from Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, he does not like that Doge is doging at all. Many other companies have also come forward and said it's a complete joke. They don't understand how it's happening. Like I said, at this point, if there's a community behind it and the price ends up being stable in some sort of way and doesn't continue having like wild fluctuations and more people get into it, I think it's something, if we do explicitly have an open, fair, free cryptocurrency market, then, let it be kind of thing. On top of that as well, it says Bitcoin moves sideways but looks set for a moon week. There are a lot of articles, and for the sake of space. I have no room extra for any other thing at the very top. There were a lot of articles floating around basically saying the exact same thing, that Bitcoin looks like after consolidating for so long, after moving sideways for so long. I think we hit $59,200 somewhere around there last night, that we look very set to try and smash past 60,000. And the next goal, of course, logically, is 65,000. There's a lot, I don't have the exact chart right here, but there's a lot of movement in Bitcoin. You can tell that there's like a huge internal struggle that's happening, where there are a lot of people who are like, we're going to keep buying, and the price is just going to kind of smash by, and everyone else will continue into this like buying period. But also people who are desperately trying to sell to keep it low for whatever reason. Altcoins have not slowed down. They're no longer waiting for Bitcoin. We are at the point right now where we're going to get into that in like half a second as well. Even Ethereum is, if Bitcoin doesn't move, we are going to see some type of a flippening taking place in the next like 6-7 weeks. That is not a joke. I'm not sure why Bitcoin continues to consolidate. We've gone over this before, probably thousands of times at this point. The news that we have every single day is Bitcoin adoption, Bitcoin buying, Bitcoin adoption, new company, new this, new so-and-so. Everyone's buying up tons of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's price will go down by 4% that day. However, that's once again not what's happening in the altcoin space. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Ethereum continues its wild run. Ethereum price breaks $4,000 for the first time. Ethereum looks great. All the metrics are there. It's making a lot of sense. Ethereum smashes past 4,000 to set a new all-time high. It's not a this is what Bitcoin should be doing, basically. The news is there. The metrics are there. We can check everything. We can see the adoption levels. We can see the amount of things that are taking place on the Ethereum blockchain, what's being built, what's being used, what's being planned, the new upgrades that are coming. And it's just a matter of people simply taking notice and trying to get as much as they possibly can. I was discussing this with friends yesterday. Hello out there if you're watching. I know they watch every like other episode. The entire prospectus for exactly what's going on. It's basically So here's the idea. This is not investment advice, is that you want to have the ether before the deflationary thing comes into place, because the only people, once we have full Ethereum 2.0, who are going to be able to make new ether through staking is if you're already holding these coins and staking it yourself. And at the same exact time as the transactions are going through, more coins are going to be burnt. So it is imperative in this case that you have ether for yourself to be able to create new ether, because there will be no other way to be able to do so. That's kind of the idea, and this is why we're seeing this mad rush, because you also need it for other things on the protocol as well. It's not simply, oh, let me hold more ether to be able to make more ether. This is a big part of it. But it's also, if you want to, have a smart contract or make something on the platform, you need ether as well. How do you get ether? You have to buy the ether right now to be able to create new ether, to be able to make these new projects. So we are definitely seeing logic take place. It says Ethereum smashes 4K, why Ether is not done yet. Here's another really good one just for some numbers if you need it. It says the trend of Ethereum investors moving their Ether out of exchanges and into DeFi is at its peak. According to data from Glassnode, the amount of Ethereum deposited in smart contracts has reached 22% of the circulating supply of Ethereum. 1 in every 4 coins, roughly, is inside of a smart contract. The supply is shrinking quite rapidly. I told you this before. Even the issuance rate of Ether has already slammed down into the ground over the last 3 to 4 years. There's barely any Ether actually being created as the block rewards are happening. Keeping that, this is Ethereum with 15 transactions per second. That needs to be really clearly stated so that everyone really understands that. Vitalik has been talking about for a while. We're finally starting to get these upgrades. When Ethereum can do 1,000 transactions per second, I know it's not as great and as mighty as, the 30,000, 50,000 transactions per second blockchains. If 1 in 4 Ether is already locked up at 15 transactions per second, Ethereum's price is going to skyrocket the moment we are capable of doing any more than 100 transactions per second. 22%. The amount of Ethereum left on exchanges has hit a new low. It's now 12% of the entire circulating supply. The chart below, courtesy of Glassnode, provides a visual of the flow of Ethereum out of exchanges and into smart contracts that are at the core of DeFi. And it's not just DeFi; it's also people staking to be able to create new coins. There's the Ethereum ecosystem is something that I think a lot of people can't even begin to wrap their heads around, because there are thousands of things taking place at the exact same time. There's stuff built on top of Ethereum that have other coins being built on top of them that are also being used to make other layers and chains. And so, yeah, Ethereum makes total complete sense. We are still seeing the, I think the highest price prediction I've seen for this year for Ethereum was 18,000. It seems relatively believable, but this is where we get back into that discussion that Bitcoin is going to have to move because Ethereum is not slowing down. It is the 10th of May currently as I'm making this video. We are, by the time we get to June, and that fervor has really picked up because we are going to have the EIP 1559 upgrade. And we on the day we have an actual deflationary Ethereum, what I know is going to happen is a lot of people think that they're going to be trying to sell the news, not realizing that institutions are going to be buying the news that you're selling, because that's it. Like, they're not going to reverse the deflationary. Should we not be burning coins? Yeah, actually, everyone hit the red button and stop. No, like the issuance rate is also going to lower because that's what happens on the protocol. The burn is going to increase as more transactions continue to take place. Like, the burn is only going to, the metrics that we have now are indicating that Ethereum is going to be deflationary with 15 transactions per second. Logically think, when we have 1,000, 2,000, 15,000, 100,000 transactions per second, the burn's going to be higher. So you see that. Anyway, and then on top of that, I think this also needs to be pointed out. I posted this, or rather reposted this on my Twitter a couple of days ago, but this is a very proper thing that everyone really needs to see. It says data from Glassnode shows that SAT stackers, I don't care for the term, but it is what it is, have been accumulating since 2018. Bitcoin addresses holding more than 1 Bitcoin are nearly 5.2% of the circulating supply. However, there's not yet a FOMO impulse like that of 2017. I have a lot of friends and everybody else kind of asking, is it too late to get into Bitcoin? Which I think is one of the craziest things to ask, because we are, I mean, if you want to have like from a 0 to 100% kind of gauge, we're maybe at a 1%. As far as like the actual top of where this market is going to go. We are at the very, 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 very beginning. And as far as like a 2017 style run up, we're not even close. I think people are really going to be quite shocked exactly how high the market is going to go, how high altcoin prices are going to go. And you'll know once again when we're in that really 2017 FOMO period, because every day is a good day. You've seen what's been happening the last like 5, 6, 7, 8 months. We have like some good days, some bad days. Every single day when we hit that period is going to be great. And I mentioned to my friend as well, hello again. I talked to a lot of people about crypto. I think we are now at the point where you should all start thinking of a cash out number if you plan on cashing out. I'm not telling you to cash out. It's more like people have things they want to buy. People want to buy homes. People have, things that they want to invest in or down payment on, whatever your life is leading you right now. You are going to have a number and be confident and okay with that number, because a lot of people, so for instance, in 2017, the idea was Bitcoin went from 900 to 10,000 to 15,000. And by the time we were around 17,000, we were getting metrics from other people saying that Bitcoin was going to go to around $30,000, $40,000 in 2018. So when we hit 20,000, started dipping back down in price, no one really assumed that we were dipping in price. And the price kind of kept on going down, but that's also another story completely. So we are getting to the point where when altcoins do go completely insane, if you plan on cashing out of anything, you have to have a number in mind. So let's say, for instance, I'll put it to you this way. Let's say you bought something for $1 and you go, my cash out point is $25. When this coin hits $25 and the coin hits 25, you cash out. You have to be not upset. I can't find the word for it. If the coin ends up going to $45, $50, because you can't time the market properly. No one knows exactly when the top is going to be, except for a year later, and we look back at the charts and go, that was the top of the actual price. So I have my numbers in mind when I plan on cashing out half of some of the things that I have. So just I thought I'd throw that in there because we're going to have that discussion again. Don't be too greedy. You've already made tons of money. Take out a portion of what you made and go live your best life. kind of discussion. Glassnode on their Twitter thing, it says, Bitcoin accumulation by sat stackers has continued slow, steady, and uninterrupted for many years. Addresses holding less than 1 Bitcoin now own 5.25% of the circulating Bitcoin supply. So far, we've not yet seen a FOMO impulse like 2017. Tons of people are still accumulating. The point of this news basically being, so we can move on, we get a lot of news all the time that there's a company who bought 45 Bitcoin, 145 Bitcoin, 343 Bitcoin, 1,700 Bitcoin. We forget that the metrics behind the scenes are that people are still accumulating Satoshis in mass every single day. It doesn't matter if you're accumulating 1,000 Satoshis, 10,000 Satoshis, maybe even 1,000,000 Satoshis per week, per month, whatever the actual number might be. All that eventually adds into an entire Bitcoin that's going off the market every single day on top of that. So just know that there's not a lot left. The price may not be properly reflecting exactly what's going on. But anyway, yeah, that's all the price news. There was a lot. The market is definitely picking up. Everyone's very excited to see all these things are happening. I told you before that as long as we get a proper momentum for, even if it's not Bitcoin, if we get proper momentum for Ethereum, the market is going to move up. Every other coin is also tied to Ethereum in the same exact way. So if Ethereum does well, which it logically is doing right now and should continue to do even better, all the altcoins will also move up as well, but it's time for Bitcoin to move. Like it's getting very close to the wire, if you kind of want to say that. So that's all the price news. And without further ado, let's move on. In probably one of the dumbest pieces of news that I've read in a very long time, a recent ban has been imposed by the South Korean National Police Agency, and it will ban or bar particular officers from purchasing additional cryptocurrencies. The announcement coincides with a report revealing a high-end domestic availability of digital coins in comparison to the global marketplace. For those of you who were not here last week, we had a bit of news, or a lot of news, that cryptocurrency trading volumes on one cryptocurrency exchange in South Korea was larger than the entirety of their stock market. So I assume this is the government just reacting in some sort of way to tell people, hey, you can't buy crypto, but this is not the way to do it. Officers with certain investigative and inspective responsibilities have been prohibited from buying additional cryptocurrencies. Reporting on the Friday announcements suggests that Korean National Police Agency, or KNPA, officers will be obliged to make additional disclosures of any held digital assets. I'm going to assume, I don't live in South Korea, but please tell me if I am incorrect. I'm going to assume that these people do not have to disclose if they have gold. I'm going to assume these people do not have to disclose if they own art, real estate, in any sort of way. You banning police officers from owning, buying, or holding cryptocurrencies is probably one of the... What logic does that make? Who exactly does that help? All I can see if I try to look into my crystal ball is a situation where in the future these people are arresting or finding or looking for cyber criminals, or whatever word you kind of want to use, and they realize that these people have more crypto than they do because they were banned from being able to buy it, and all it does is cause them to become bitter and angry at the people. Why would you do this? I maybe someone else can shine a light on my face and let me know exactly what this is supposed to mean, or why would you? It's the same exact way that we had from other countries, where you had to disclose how much crypto you had, or you had to sell it if you had crypto. Why? I'm sure many of these people have stocks. Do they have to sell their stocks? What about their government bonds? Do they have to also sell their government bonds? Do they have to sell their real estate, or not accumulate any more real estate because they're police officers? Like, what exactly is the... Anyway, that's, really one of the dumbest things I've ever read in my entire life. I don't think it gets much dumberer than that. Dumberer not being a word, and therefore this is why it was dumb. Anyway, that's the South Korean banning police from owning crypto news. Yeah. I know. It's stupid. I know. Jeez. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, what? This is crazy. I did not see this happening. Goldman Sachs has formally announced the launch of its newly formed cryptocurrency trading desk to market employees, according to an internal memo by Insider. The team has successfully executed two types of Bitcoin-linked trades: Bitcoin non-deliverable futures and CME Bitcoin futures, the bank has said. Members will report to Goldman partner Rajesh, can't say the last name. It will function as part of the bank's global currencies and emerging markets trading team within a division led by the global head of digital assets, Matthew McDermott. So Goldman Sachs now has a cryptocurrency trading desk. It is only, I love when there are internal memos and it leaks out externally to us so we know that they're going to be doing it as well. Here's the actual CNBC news report for it. Goldman Sachs internal memo unveils new cryptocurrency trading team, because of course this is going to happen. You want to know the really annoying part? You want to know the part that really grinds my gears, if you kind of want to say that, because this keeps happening over and over and at the same exact time. So many times we keep getting news from institutions and banks that cryptocurrency is garbage, it's crap. The people inside of it have no idea what finance is. They have no idea how to deal with money. They should not be into cryptocurrencies. No one's going to be into cryptocurrencies. And then they fly into the cryptocurrency space and say, yeah, we have a trading team. We've been doing this. We've been silently accumulating since 2017 when we told everybody else not to get into it. Here's an article from sometime last year. I don't even have to read into it. Doesn't even matter. Goldman Sachs said cryptocurrencies are not an asset class. Well, that's crazy. I didn't know that it only took around 12 months for something to be garbage and then for it to become gold. But alas, here we are. I'm going to keep the garbage in my house in the garbage pail and just hope that within 12 months it becomes gold, because that's clearly what's happening every single week from all these banks and institutions. So the news is Goldman Sachs, along with the rest of them, because it was also Citibank, it was JP Morgan Chase, it was Bank of America. I don't think Fidelity ever said anything negative about Bitcoin that I can remember off the top of my head. Everyone had a problem with it, and now they're all into it. And I made sure to leave this one on the screen just so you really understood the intensity of this entire situation. That every single person who has hated cryptocurrencies, except for two who are sticking to their brains, I don't know what to even throw inside there. And that's Warren Buffett and Mr. Munger, who've been very adamant and angry on the news and stuff very recently, talking about how they hate that Bitcoin has succeeded. And it's like, oh yeah, there's also news, and I probably will not have it in any video. Arnold Schwarzenegger recently said as well that he's like, oh, I don't like crypto as well. And I'm like, dude, you played a robot in 5 movies. Like, what? Why would I even think about taking financial advice from you? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so yeah, Goldman Sachs said cryptocurrencies are not an asset class, but now they have a crypto trading desk. So I guess something changed along the way. Let's move on. Next up, oh my gosh, what? That's crazy. American banking giant Citigroup is considering launching cryptocurrency trading, custody, and financial services. Considering. I'm air quoting the heck out of the air because they're considering doing it. Can you imagine a scenario where in 5 years every other bank has a cryptocurrency trading and custody desk and Citibank is not doing it? Nope, didn't think so, because they definitely plan on doing it. Citigroup's global head of foreign exchange, Itai Tukman, told the Financial Times in a report published on Friday that the bank has seen a very rapid accumulation of interest in Bitcoin from large clients since late August. They said there are different options from our perspective, and we are considering where we can provide the best service to clients. This is not going to be a prop trading effort. Referring to proprietary trading in which banks trade with their own money to make a profit. The American banking giant is in no rush to launch crypto services. Sure, why not? Tukman said the bank would jump in when it was confident it could build something that benefits clients. That's a lie, and that regulators can support. This is probably all that they're waiting for. I assume that they've already put in their paperwork, and now they're just waiting for the paperwork to come back. It is never about the clients. It is never about the clients. It is never about the clients. It is never, ever, 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 ever about the clients. The bottom line when working for a bank is to make the bank money. It is never about the clients. You have to understand that. The entire idea why Citibank is not getting into crypto, to buying Bitcoin, to having a cryptocurrency trading desk or custody, because they want to have a safe space for the clients. They're doing it for the bank so that the bank can make money, so that the bank can become one of the largest banks on the planet, and the CEOs and the higher ups can become even wealthier than they already are. It is never, ever about the clients. Do not ever forget that. They said, I don't have any fear of missing out because I believe that crypto is here to stay. Fantastic. I'm glad you knew that. And that we are just at the very beginning of the market. Can you imagine Bitcoin is $60,000, just a smidge below it. Can you imagine saying that we are just at the very beginning of the market? Where do they think this market is going? We're not going to have this conversation again because I'm not in the mood to go ranting. But just understand, at the very beginning of the market, how many banks have now told us that Bitcoin is going to $500,000? Nearly all of them. If we're at the very beginning of the market and all this stuff is being integrated into the banking system, where do you think the market is going to be in about 10 to 15 years? Tukman said, this isn't a space race because we're not in space, we're on computers. There's room for more than just one flag. Absolutely incredible. So here's the actual news from the Financial Times. I can't read it because this is the website for some reason that doesn't understand that you should not be paying to have to read the news, but they want me to pay to read the news. It says Citiways launching crypto services after surge in client interest. I'm pretty sure they're... Stop it. We know that they're doing this. So this is now 2 more gigantimous banks on this planet who are desperately trying to enter the cryptocurrency space. What's this one? Oh, same exact thing. It says banking giants Goldman Sachs and Citi warm up to offering Bitcoin services. So keeping this in mind, as always, if they're going to be offering the services, we can also assume that they have also been accumulating Bitcoin for the bank themselves. You do not bet on something without having it yourself because you look silly if the price goes up really high. Can you imagine a bank saying, well, we think that gold's going to go to $90 bajillion, and then it goes to $90 bajillion, and the bank goes, we actually hold no gold. Yeah, but it was a nice run. Congratulations to everyone out there who made money except for us. Sounds kind of silly, right? Anyway, that's the 2 banks now loving Bitcoin news because it happens every single day. And let's move on. Next up, one of the most popular EU-based cryptocurrency exchanges is expanding its U.S. presence following a series of growth in interest. Popular cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp has announced it is expanding into the United States, highlighting its achievements within the period. Bitstamp said in a press release shared with Crypto Potato today that the new customer signups from U.S. residents has surged by 570%. The third largest exchange noted that the transaction volume, including trading and deposit in the region, also increased by 348%. Yeah, a bit of news I missed, if you will, but still definitely significant. The amount of there's constantly new people getting into the market, and you wouldn't even think so. I think because usually I tend to focus, or I'm like the people usually around me are already into cryptocurrency, so I see no new people really entering the market, but I am getting a lot of new interest. So of course the interest is definitely there. People are signing up all the time to these new crypto exchanges. I guess the news being that Bitstamp is expanding into America, and 570% is not a small number, especially compared to the numbers that they had before. On top of that, DBS, Southeast Asia's largest bank, says that cryptocurrency trading volumes on its exchange have grown 10 times to around $30 million to $40 million. The bank is also collaborating with JP Morgan on a blockchain settlement platform, of course, and plans to launch its first security token offering in the second quarter, the CEO has revealed. A leading financial services group headquartered in Singapore, known as DBS, talked about the performance of its cryptocurrency exchange during the media briefing for the first quarter earnings results last week. DBS operates across 18 markets. The bank launched a digital exchange in December last year. DBS Bank CEO said, "Our digital exchange capabilities are much like Coinbase. The difference is that Coinbase is mass market retail, while we have been judicious, SAT word, by offering this to accredited investors and institutional counterparties to start with." So they're only offering it to very rich people as opposed to the entire market. I assume they're probably gearing up to launch this or allow that everyone is going to be able to access this. But, the largest bank in Southeast Asia already having a cryptocurrency trading desk is a little indicative of where the entire market is going to go. So good for them. Not really. But you understand what I'm saying. Of course, they have a cryptocurrency trading desk. They're all trying to do the exact same thing. I think it's quite interesting that a lot of times we keep getting news that X, Y, and Z is going to happen within the United States, but then they always, make sure to mention at the very end that we're waiting for regulators. I think they're the last country. Like, they're just kind of, Anyway, so that's the largest bank in Southeast Asia, has a cryptocurrency trading desk, and their interest in the market has increased by 10x because, you know, logic. Anyway, let's move on. And to finish things off, Vietnam is treading waters into the cryptocurrency industry because logic, as the government recently commissioned a research group for this very purpose. The Vietnamese Ministry of Finance is conducting an in-depth study of cryptocurrencies for regulation purposes. According to ASEAN's briefing, the ministry seeks to gather enough data to clearly see how a regulatory process can be made in the country. The research comes in the wake of virtual currencies booming globally in terms of popularity. The government believes that there are an estimated 1 million people in Vietnam already using digital currencies, and the expectations are bullish with a 30-fold increase by the year 2030. I looked at the word 2030 and I was like, that's so far away. It's not. It's 2021. Isn't that completely insane? It's not even that far away. Vietnam is also witnessing increasing cashless solutions for payments such as QR codes, e-wallets, and mobile apps. So sure, go for it. Just regulate it. Don't talk about it. We don't really care. Every single time there's some type of regulation, is usually that we're going to tax it. If you've traded it, tell us. If you're joining a cryptocurrency exchange, give us your information. Same exact thing for a bank. It's the same exact thing over and over and over. But I guess the announcement, maybe they pat themselves on the back. Like, I wonder what actually happens in these rooms that I'm just not simply aware of. That these people are like, we're going to regulate. And it's like, okay, cool, do it. In 9 more months, we're going to regulate. Okay, that's fine. In about 6.5 months, we're going to have the regulations. Just do it. We know that you're going to mimic the United States because everyone keeps mimicking the United States for some odd reason. I'm not really sure why. Anyway, so cool. Good job, Vietnam. Was that a TV show? I don't know. Why did that sound familiar in my head when I said it? Good job, Vietnam. No, I feel like something's off there. Wait for it. Hold on. Whoa, what was that? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Whoa, okay. My phone keeps vibrating. I don't know people were up this early. Why is everybody texting me? I don't get it. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University. Red Plump Tomato. Umnu, Wish Nikki, the letter M, Stefan Dirks, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z Way Lay, Crypto Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos was like Mo Barazi, Jojo Shaw Show, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolet, Lauren De Silva, Quartered Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Turnoster, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolek Banan, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, the Animal Reader at Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moham Roni, Master Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cold D3D, Damien Setsuna, Richie Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Manj, Yalavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface. Anytime fin this mouse corner staff, Bake Me a Cake. It's so silly. Bake Me a Cake, Tigger and Macho Nissan, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayla Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who left a comment, who is still here listening to me talking about this weird cryptocurrency space. You know, I don't like crypto. No one should be using it. Blah, 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 blah. At the moment, Bitcoin is up by 0.88%. It's trying to go down. Bitcoin has been desperately trying to bring down the market for the last couple of weeks. It's like, stop it, dude. It's just kind of weird at this point. Bitcoin is at $58,580 US. Ethereum is up by 4%. It is a little smidge more, and it'll be halfway to Bitcoin's total market cap. This is why I said Bitcoin has to move. Ethereum is at $4,116. If this continues and we do get to that coveted $5,000 per Ether mark by the end of this week or the end of the next week, Bitcoin we're going to have a lot more discussions about a flippening because, you know, it's looking kind of close. Binance Coin, I'm pretty sure this is a brand new all-time high, is at $682. It is up by 5%. I think the goal is 1,000. Seems like a good goal to have for Binance Coin. Dogecoin is back up after the dip. It is up by 2%. It is at 54 US cents. XRP is up by 7%. It is at $1.62. Cardano is up by 3.94. It is at $1.79. You get the hint. Litecoin's up. Good job. Okay, good. I'm pretty sure this is also a brand new all-time high, or somewhere around there. Litecoin is a couple of pennies away from $400. Lumens is also up as well by 20%. Anything else crazy? OKB is up by 7%. EOS is up by 5%. Okay, EOS was $2. It's at $10.55 right now. I still think something has to be happening behind the scenes. Tron is up by 4%. Monero is up by 3%. PancakeSwap is up by 7%. IOTA is up by roughly 7% as well. Cosmos is up by 4.5%. Tezos is up by 5%. Huobi token is up by 13%. Avalanche is up by 12%. Dash is up by 8%. Compound is up by 4%. Zcash is up by 3%. And Waves is up by 7.3% as well. All right, good start to the week. Let's see if we end up getting that Bitcoin pump. I am shrugged at this point. Bitcoin is going to do what it wants to do, but at least the altcoins are moving up slightly in sync with Ethereum. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. I kind of feel like taking another nap. Jeez Louise. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See